really great to have a female heroine on TV that, you know, young girls could look up to. And I was very, I mean, who knew that it was going to be such a, you know, a big success as a series, but I was really, really happy that it was. And I thought it was incredibly well received. Thank you.
Being that both of you have experienced Buffyverse, Kristy with the movie and Felicia with season 7, can you tell us a funny memory or a memorable moment from your experience? And I know, Kristy, it's been a while, but not in a bad way. I'm not meaning it in a bad way, but I mean in terms of memory, like that you've done. I did not mean it. No, I didn't mean it that way. It's hilarious. But just, you know, a funny story or something that you haven't told to other, you know, panels or other conventions that you've been to.
Do you have one?
Funny one? I got a spider bite. No, I did. I got a weird spider bite. We were doing a scene in a bar, I think, and it was weird because it was like a lump right here, and I was like, oh no, I have like Black Plague. Because, you know, the buboes and stuff, I like the diseases. So I was really convinced. This is a really long story, sit back.
I'm trying to remember some funny stories.
Yeah, think of something. It's going to be better than this. But, so it was like huge. I was like, oh no, I'm not going to be able to go to work. And then they had to send a set doctor to, and evidently the set doctor was on call for like pimples and stuff, which I didn't know that. Like TV shows, like, you know, but this was an actual, like, it was here, it was like a coin in my chin. So that happened. Sexy.
Yes. There were a lot of funny things that happened on Buffy. One day, Paul Rubens was MIA, literally. Just, we couldn't find him anywhere. And they sent a PA to Santa Barbara because someone heard he was in Santa Barbara, going to like every restaurant, bar, hotel, you know, everywhere that they could try to find him because they had told him that he had the day off, but then we had rain, so we needed a cover set, so he was like nowhere to be found, and that was kind of funny.
Where was he?
I don't remember. I don't remember. And then there was one day, Luke Perry, he wore a soul patch, or he had a soul patch in the movie, but it was fake, so it was like glued on. And I had a Abyssinian cat that I always brought to work with me, and he was always in my trailer. And so Luke was in my trailer one day, and the cat was like, kind of licking his face, and then licked the soul patch like right off his face and ate it. That was pretty funny. Thank God they had more to
You brought your cat to work? Yeah. I want to start doing that.
And Luke would bring his pig to work.
Are you kidding?
He had a little miniature pig.
That is awesome. Did the cat freak out though? Did you have him on a leash?
No, he just hung out in the trailer and, you know, just on Sundays. I didn't bring him every day.
That is so cool. Much better than my awkward, I don't know.
There you got 2 stories.
I'm back. Haha. Okay, I have another question. So it's a rare honor, I'm sure, for even the people in this room. Like, we get to see the very beginning of the Buffy mythos and the very end of the Buffy mythos. I mean, excluding the comic books, of course. But I guess I'm questioning, my question to both of you would be, how do you feel about Buffy and her role just as she grew up on the series, her impact overall on TV, on women, on women's rights and everything? How do you feel, whether you watch the show or didn't watch the show or you're fans or whatever, how did you feel about it? I guess Kristy, for you being the beginning of all of it, and then Felicia, you as being being in at the very end of it. How do you guys feel about that?
It's a really intellectual question. I don't know if you're going to get an equal answer out of it. I mean, as far as Buffy's influence, like, I mean, that was, when I got hired for the show, I was never even, I had never seen the show, because I had just gotten out of college. So I had no idea what I was auditioning for. And like, I was auditioning for, and they ended up casting me in a part that was supposed to be an Asian girl with no lines. Like, was supposed to be Chow Ann, who came in a couple episodes later. But I auditioned for the guest star for that episode. She ended up being a demon at the end. I can forget the actress's name who played that role. So when I went in to audition, and I'm not a very good auditioner, but when I got an audition, I was auditioning for that role. And I remember David Fury, I think, and Marty Noxon were in the room. I don't even think Joss was in the room for that, to cast that part, because they were like desperate to find this part. And so it was kind of odd. And then of course I got into all, you know, the show obviously afterwards, but it was nothing like something that, it was good because I would have been more nervous had I known about the show before. It's good to be like ignorant sometimes. As far as its impact, you know, I think it's had a huge impact on, especially like female superheroes, and especially like I read a lot of vampire like romantic fiction. Yes, I read a lot of trashy books. I mean, not trashy, you don't have to dredge them. I mean, they're good. But, you know, vampire lovers, all that stuff. And I think that whole genre of fiction, paranormal, like romance and stuff, would not even exist without Buffy. So it was like a huge, you know, and that kind of, like, that spawned Twilight, that spawned everything. So, and just all these authors I could name are inspired, obviously were inspired by Buffy to create. Well, no, but I'm saying that there wouldn't be a Twilight unless there was a Buffy. And the same thing with, you know, all these big, you know, J.D. Ward and all these, you know, authors that I read on my Kindle because I'm embarrassed about the covers. So I think that's pretty cool. And a lot of these authors are female, so I think that that's really, to be able to create this archetype of a woman, like, just kicking butt, whether supernatural or unsupernatural, I think that's a really cool legacy that Joss, you know, the whole franchise has given.
Guys, I'm sorry to interrupt, but
I agree with
Julie Benz and Chris